Yeah, I can't do it.
And the way Peter Conti,
Yeah, you got it.
okay, I wanna call it Conti on.
Well, that's fine if you want to call it.
Anyway,
Whatever you want to call it.
kind of the way he did it was, the longer they're there, the more it appreciates, and the more, you know,
That's right.
the more that you
value
can,
the home appreciates.
yeah, and so when you close on the deal at the end of 5 years or 10 years, they're actually paying $300,000 for $249,000.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
So there's where the profit line comes in too.
Exactly.
But this guy, he said to me, Jeff, if you can get somebody to at least purchase this home, I'll build another one.
Now, the guy that's on the construction line, which bank is it?
Bank of Cleveland.
They're easy,
Yeah, they'll roll it over, won't
How long will
That's
they
the
usually
problem.
extend it for?
3 or 5 years.
Oh, so
they?
it's
They just extend it again
And
and
they'll
again and
just keep
again and
doing it
again.
Yeah,
and
they'll
again.
balloon it, they'll balloon it
That's
out
what-
because I dealt with Connie down
Yeah.
there, and
That's
she
what-
did me that way when I first bought
Yeah,
that place
they'll-
up there.
yeah.
That's what he was saying.
They'll keep doing that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
good. That's good. If you
Just
get
keep
them,
rolling.
get them to sign, to say.
You're paying just interest. The
Yeah.
property's appreciated.
Yeah, when
They
it
want to
balloons,
change the mind on
when
it.
it's supposed to balloon and come due,
After you set up.
you just
the
go talk to them and they roll it over again.
Hey,
Don was saying the
bank,
same
take
thing.
a gun to the bank.
Hey, do you
You
use,
got the gun. When you get there, you got the gun. Cause you got the gun on them when you say,
Yeah.
we got somebody to take care of it. If it, now they say, oh, yes, praise God, it's gonna stay same property. I'm telling you, it won't change a bit. And then 6 months later, hey, I hate to tell you this, boy, I mean, it breaks my heart. I know we made an agreement, but, then y'all up there told me, we can't do this.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go up.
Right, you're right, Pete.
So if you get, unless you get signed agreement, they will put the screws to you, cause that's the bank. That's what they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Who is his officer at Bank of Cleveland?
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's right. But they're pretty easy to work with, yeah.
do you usually have to pay a fee to be able to keep rolling it over? or-
$100 each time you roll it over.
And they'll roll it over for, you can do one roller for
I've
like
got
3
stuff I've
years?
rolled
Another
over.
5 years.
I've got stuff I've rolled over. Yeah.
5-year interims, and you pay another $100 roll over for another 5
Yeah,
years?
you can do either 3 years or 5 years.
Well, they're making a ton of money because you're just paying interest.
Yeah.
They're making a killing. I'm sure they'd love to do that.
Hey, another thing.
But it don't
too,
matter to me because your property value's increasing.
Right.
You're not paying on the loan, but your value's increasing.
If we're doing seller financing, if we're getting, we're trying to convince someone.
The
to
seller
finance.
financing is different than lease option.
Yeah. If we're trying to convince someone to seller finance, which is still in the ballpark of what we're talking about doing, it is different. I mean, they're close cousins, I guess you could say. But anyway, he thinks it's cool. Anyway, what we were gonna say, or what I was gonna say is, if we're trying to convince someone to do that, Jonathan and I have got stuff from our mentor that, I mean, just all kinds of stuff, like a full amortization sheet where you could come to him and say, this is how much money you're gonna make over the whole course,
We call it total wealth
yeah.
accumulation.
Did you go to the bank with that?
No, you go to the seller. who
Well, you in
invests
essence,
into
you
that.
could go to the
Yeah.
bank with that if you needed to convince them of something.
Yeah, I mean,
Show them on paper how much more they're going to make do owner financing than just cashing out now. Plus, you're going to pay less taxes because if you owner finance, you're not receiving a lump sum. You're only taxed on what you receive that year instead of all at one time. So you're saving a lot of money on taxes or tax deferment, whatever you want to call it.
Well, you can kind of use that with the bank, but what they're gonna say is, look, we have to do accounting twice a year, and they're not gonna give us credit what it's gonna be worth. They're giving us credit what it's worth today, and how much money we got into that, and how much money it is worth at this time. So, because we have to have how much investment we got, and you gotta have how much equity and how much money they're getting out of it. So
Yeah.
they'll look at that, but I'm sure, I don't think you'll sway them too much, with a bank.
Yeah.
Now, the seller, or the buyer, that's
It's a little different story.
whole lot
But in
different.
y'all's experience, it's not been a problem getting them to roll it over. Of course, we'd want to talk to them prior to entering into something with somebody because I'm not, downing or saying that we all say is not true, but obviously we gotta be smart on what we do this, especially if it's a bank we've not really dealt with. We need to go in and talk to them. I mean, we may have to get the homeowner to sign an authorization form. I've got that. It just says that they allow the bank to talk to us about their loan. and that's not an issue. And then go in and see if we can make happen. But yeah, see, that was what I was concerned on, like a construction type deal. But if that's never really an issue of just rolling it over with a $100 fee for another 3 to 5 years, I mean, then why not? You know what I mean? Then definitely, especially if you're talking about new properties and being able to help a builder out, so he can. I mean, because you're helping him out too, so he can go on and do some more stuff. Because he's got family. He's got to help himself out too.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
They've just arrested a guy in Kansas City from Chattanooga. Y'all know who he is?
No, I haven't heard anything. I don't really watch TV ever if it was on TV.
I heard about this today. This guy, they just arrested him out in Kansas City. $31 million that he took out of people's pockets in the Chattanooga area, lease purchase and lease options.
Really?
What was the basis on? I mean, what was he doing that was wrong though?
You know,
Because you can be real illegal doing this stuff.
I'm sure you can.
I
We
mean, you
need
can't
to find
eat.
out what we's doing and
Not
make
good.
sure
Yeah.
that we can show that we are not
I
doing
wonder
that.
if he was taking the money from the people who wanted to move into houses and then not giving them houses.
He probably could. There's so many things you could do.
Do
that
you know
would
anything
shade.
about what it was?
No, and the guy gave me his name, and it was like it was a foreign name, you know, like Wazzy or something. I don't
Something
know,
else,
Mr.
something different.
Wazzy
Yeah.
or Waza or
Yeah.
I don't know. What's
Huh.
up? I don't know
Yeah,
what
some-
it is.
I'd like to check
Surprise.
into that.
But anyhow, we need to find out about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$31 million, and I think he's only hit 500 people for it. So that's a what?
That's,
$60,000 per person.
That's a lot of money.
that's huge.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to know what he was doing wrong though. If you're talking about that much
Yeah.
money and getting
Well,
and
and that's
not
why I
getting away
say,
with
when
it.
you say my mentor, I just, you know, I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing.
That's right.
Sure.
And we need to be able to prove that ours is legal.
Right, and above board with
That's
integrity,
right.
then people
Of
will
course.
just, they'll just give it
Right.
to you.
Well, if we don't do it, first off, I'm not going to lose integrity because I'm not that person. Secondly, if we don't, you know, it's going to find you out sooner or later. You can
Oh,
hide
yeah.
for so long, and that's only going to create more problems.
Yeah.
If people word of mouth, oh, don't deal with these people, blah 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 blah. So there's no, I mean.
And I was in
nothing
jail
you can do
last
about it.
Thursday night, but I got to leave. so-
Yeah, exactly. Were you ministering down there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
that's
I
a
don't
little
want to be
different.
in jail with you guys.
Yeah, I don't want to be in jail. I don't. Yeah, I got you. Does everybody understand what owner financing is? Okay, I'm gonna go explain that then. Even if it's for one person,
That's
it's worth
okay.
it.
It won't-
Jared, will you turn that camera to face this, please, sir?
I sure will.
Thank you.
You can be a movie star.
Another thing I'm gonna do is kind of focus some on mainly lease options, but also owner financing. They are kind of close cousins because once you really start understanding this, lease option is kind of a type of owner financing. When you go to buy a house, you usually go to, let's just say, a bank or a mortgage company, and you get a mortgage. The bank I'm just going to put you, okay? That's the individual wanting to buy the house. That's the bank loaning the money. That's the house. So what they do is, you go to the bank, you say, Mr. Banker, I need a $130,000 mortgage to buy a house. He says, okay, if you'll spill out this 18,000 page loan application and let us run your credit and see how your life sucks because your credit's bad and it tells everything about you, then we might give you a loan.